The new update 11.05 for Explain 11 is here and includes new global airports. The global airports are the basic default airports that are in Explain 11, and they can be either 2D or 3D. If they have buildings and objects, we call them 3D, and you can see them on this map. The airports without little stars inside are just 2D, they're flat, and the ones with the stars inside, either orange or red, are 3D. And the orange ones are already in Explain, and the red ones are going to be included with this next update or with one of the following updates. And you can zoom this map, and of course, if you can choose which ones to display, and they show you where there are areas that have good coverage and bad coverage. Of course, Laminar Research found out that the really big airports are not getting done. People shy away from them, and they reached out to some of the best artists on the Scenery Gateway. This is where stuff gets submitted, and asked them, hey guys, could you help us? We need someone to build the really big airports. And these people rose to the challenge and helped us. And this video is also about saying thanks to them, saying thanks to the whole community, of course, but especially to these artists that helped us do some of the really big airports, the busiest airports, the major airports in the world that people tend to use and fly to first. And then, of course, people would be disappointed if they were just flat without any buildings. Here you can see the list, and of course there are about 4,500 airports already done out of 35,000, so there's still plenty of work. So come join us, it's a lot of fun, and we can accomplish something great by doing these airports together. Now let's get going. The first one I'm going to show you is Melbourne in Australia, and it was made by Duncan White of New Zealand. And of course that is not too far away, so he's got a regional interest in probably getting the Australian airports done. And he says that he flies a lot on VATSIM, and he found out that some of the airports are not really aligned well, and that got him into WED, got him into building airports, and he got addicted just like the rest of us. I have about 400 airports done myself, and it's fun and addicting, and that's why these people put so much effort into meticulously modeling these airports. An airport like this can do 50 or can be 50, 60 or even longer hours. The big ones can take up to 100 hours. You can just put as much effort in as you want, really. Now the next one we're going to is Sydney, and if I say put effort in, this is what I'm talking about. This person is Ronny Heinz. He lives in Germany, and he has only done 6 airports, really. So you say, well, he's not, can't be accomplished, but he's only done 6 airports or submitted 6 airports because he's taken very, very long to do every single one. And if you look at the detail that he's putting in, including writing on the ground, including all the markings, everything is looking perfect. He's stretching it as far as you can go with the default library in WED, and he says this is also what's fun for him to see where he can go with the very limited stuff that we have to play with. Just look at this. Now the next one is an airport in China, Shenzhen, and you may not have heard of this airport, but it's a busy airport. It's moving 42 million people annually. That's more than Newark, and of course Explain is also trying or aiming to provide scenery worldwide, so also these areas of the world are interesting, and of course we will make scenery for it. This one was made by Anthony. We will come back to him later. He's a very, very busy scenery artist too, and does excellent work, and he helped us in getting this airport done, which might have taken quite a bit otherwise. The next airport is in Delhi in India, of course, and another really, really big airport, a little far away from where most of the explainers fly, but we do have some people from India flying also, and they would probably be very happy that this airport is also done now. It's done by Yuri from Moscow, and he just turned 60, so big happy birthday, and thank you for giving us the present. Really, you should be getting one, but he gave us the present of this beautiful airport, and of course, it's a major hub in or near Delhi in India. The next airport we're jumping to again is made by Anthony. Anthony is living in Aberdeenshire in Scotland. He's 39 and he's done many UK airports. He set out to finish all the airports that are on a list of the NATS control list, so to say. And look at the detail. I'm apologizing for my frantic camera movement here, but I'm just like a kid in a candy store zooming to all these details that he put in. All these ground markings that you can see there are hand placed. These are not prefabricated. See these white lines there? They're all drawn by hand. So this is really an outstanding effort. And if you just saw that parking spot there in the beginning, or there's another one in the background there, I'm usually doing these by just placing a polygon and just doing laminar, place the cars there, but he's not taking shortcuts like this. No, he's placing all these cars by hand and these markings. So Anthony, big thank you, outstanding effort. You really populated the UK, and I know that many people are very happy that the UK, which is such a traditional place for aviation, is now enjoying all these great airports, big and small, to fly to. Talking about big airports, this one is Madrid, Spain, and I've flown there myself many times, and they always make me land on a runway which is really far away from my terminal, and I spend a good time taxiing. 15-20 minutes is not unusual. Only Amsterdam is really worth. Made by Brendan Keith of Vancouver, and he did a good job too. You can see how really big this airport is. It's featuring 3 terminals with many stands, and I chose a fast airplane to cover the ground here just because the expanse of this airport is just so big. So thanks for filling this one out. The previous one we had wasn't very good. Now this is nicely and detailed and a good place to fly to. Jumping across the Atlantic, coming in from a long flight here to Charlotte in North Carolina, and doing a little missed approach here, not really according to regulations. It was made by Scott. He lives in Fredericksburg, and he's also done many airports. I think he's clocking in at 192 submissions to the gateway, so really busy with that, and big thanks to you as well. He caught Charlotte here in great detail. It's a fine looking airport, really done well, and I enjoyed looking at it, and plan to fly there quite a bit once it's part of the regular scenery in X-Plane. Going a little further, not really sure if it's east or west, we're going to Detroit, and I picked some nasty weather for a change. Detroit, of course, is another big city, big hub. They have a few airports, I think, but this is Detroit Wayne, and it was made by GCOTVAD22. He did not provide the details about his name and age and what he does. I think he probably did not read the email in time, but I had to do this video now because vacation time is coming, so time is running out, and I hope that 11.05 is just around the corner, so I was hurrying a little bit with this video and getting it done. And you can see Detroit again is a really big airport stretched out across many acres there, and he did a good job with capturing all these little roads and road markings, and this is going to be a great addition to the X-Plane scenery. The last one is made by my personal friend Peter. He made the Edwards Air Force Base for us, and you can see here how much detail he put onto the ground here on this salt bed with all these markings that they're using for testing aircraft. And of course it's also the shuttle landing facility where they land the space shuttle, or used to land the space shuttle when it couldn't land in Florida. And of course for the first landings, I still remember those in the 80s. They also chose this airport because those runways on those big salt planes are just so big. So again, big thank you to all the Gateway contributors, and thanks for flying with us.